All right, you guys. It's been a while since I've done one of these. It feels like it, but not really. Anyhow, I got Mr. JB, but he's not my guest. He's my guest podcast partner, but we got George from Goalie Grim and Microscopic Suffering. Fuck yeah. Welcome, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Welcome, JB. JB's beard looks fantastic. The mask is amazing. It's good times.
Thank you.
It's good
Wait,
times.
is this live right now? Or?
No, it's not live. No. We can pretend. We can pretend it's live. I
Okay.
don't edit it, so it might as well be live, you know?
Yeah. Word.
So pick your nose.
Pick your nose all you like.
Okay, pick your nose.
Yeah, just man, I was watching this freaking YouTube video earlier, and this dude straight up dug in his ear and like ate the earwax off his finger and just kept talking like nothing happened.
I actually watched that and I was like, what in the fuck was he thinking?
He's mm
Literally, yeah. And this, and like, doesn't even miss a beat in the conversation. It was
That's
insane.
disgusting.
Yeah.
That's like, man,
Dude,
I couldn't. Nah,
I
if
couldn't
I
do
saw
it.
it in life, I would throw up. But I think I could watch it on a video. But no, if I saw somebody do that, man, that's what's wrong.
That's it. I could never do that. I could never do that. So, yeah,
Yeah, dude, I went to elementary school with a kid who did that constantly. Just nonstop. We had the like straight up like didn't give a fuck booger picker, and then we had the earwax eater, and
did
that
you
was
have
my
the
childhood.
booger eater?
The
Yeah,
booger eater.
Because that's gross as fuck, too.
we had that guy too. Like
Gross.
straight up like that. No, that dude, the booger eater, straight up in high school, same thing. He was like 16 years old, and he would just be like clearing his nose and just downing every bit of it, like right in the middle of class. Big no shit.
I'm like George. I would fucking puke everywhere.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
disgusting, man.
Jesus Christ almighty. That is so
Amazing
gross.
what people do.
Yeah. Isn't that fucking weirdos?
It's like muck. You ever see that stuff when they say mukbang? When you just
Oh
like
yeah.
watch people eat. I just don't. I never understood it, but I saw one and I'm like, what is this? And it's like mukbang. So then you just see how many are listed of all that and how many views they got. It's just like seriously, people like to watch people eat.
It's
Food.
literally just videos of watching people eat. Like you're
Yeah, it's
watching
just
people.
like I just went to Hardee's and I got this and a sandwich and a French fry, and they eat it, and that's it, man. And you watch them eat it, and people like follow them and subscribe.
I want to be
And
there for the next time you eat. Like, what in the
yeah,
fuck?
they oh, will you go to like Taco Bell and will you eat a burrito? You know, they say stuff like that. It's like, really?
They
Like,
give suggestions?
yeah, yeah, what to eat. And can you eat it for me? That's so
Nah,
weird, dude.
bro, that is fucking silly. That's weird.
Yeah,
Definitely
that's
one of
weird.
those, to each their own things, I guess.
I
I guess
suppose so,
so,
but
man. Yeah.
Not for
Jesus.
me.
No, I don't. I specifically hate watching people eat. I think it's fucking gross. It's like just like at restaurants or wherever, and just like lasered into my own shit. I'm not
man.
looking around like, what do you got? Oh, nice. Fuck.
Nice. Can you take another bite of that?
Oh yeah, just like that. Fuck yeah, that steak looks perfect. No,
Oh, I love the way you masticate.
yeah. Let's just chew together. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. There's some sick fucking people in this world.
It is weirdos, man. Hey, do you have a JB or anybody a link for this so I can shoot it out to the people that are waiting on me?
It's not live.
Not yet.
No.
Yet. Okay.
As soon as we're done, I'll send it to you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
All
I'll
right.
put it on YouTube. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's all
Sweet.
good. It's fucking
Yeah, it's
fun.
my first time doing anything.
Is
like
it?
this, so,
Oh, come on. It won't be your
Yeah,
last now.
no,
You're gonna-
I'm setting them up now.
taking his interview virginity.
There you go.
That's right, man.
How do you guys know each other?
Back in the day, we played music together, pretty much almost similar. Like never together, but like around the same times back in Virginia.
Nice.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
See, he was a little bit ahead of me, and I mean, 'cause he's a little bit older. But like when I first started going to shows, it was like he was kind of like the big part of the scene in the area. part of
Mhm.
a lot of bands and stuff. So a lot of the shows were some band that he was in or another or had some affiliation with. And there was a really awesome scene at that time. And like that like I don't even know if I've told you that, George, but um it really had a big impact on me wanting to make music more because I was playing guitar a little bit then. I was I wasn't really too serious, but then going to those shows, I was just like, holy shit, this is so awesome. I really want to do this.
That's
And
awesome.
but then one my first band, Rumpled Foreskin, played with this band Port Clavor,
That's
and
right.
he's George is the uncle of the guitarist in that band. And so we played this like crazy ass huge show at the Civic Center, and that was probably the biggest show like we've or me. I don't know about you, but me, like that's probably the biggest show I've ever played.
Hell
There was like
yeah.
Enemy Soil and like what was it?
Oh
What else
yeah,
was
dude. Yeah, yeah. I kind of remember that, man. It's so long ago, but it's like,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I talked to you for a bit there, and like, see, George was playing drums for Port Clavor at the time, and the connection there is that the guitarist Donald, who's his
Mhm.
nephew, um, we played in the Minus Men together for like
Okay.
8 years.
Okay.
So, and
yeah,
then and we played at least one other show that I can remember at this it was like this place called Fantasy, and CDs, T-shirts, all kinds of novelty, crazy like macabre type stuff. And so we played a show there together, and that was fucking awesome too.
What
That's
what project did I play with at the Fantasy?
That was Golly Grim, I want to
That
say.
was Golly Grim,
I think so.
or
I mean,
was I by myself or
you were by yourself. It was a drum
no,
machine, you and guitar. Wasn't Golly
that
Grim?
was no, that was just I don't know what that was called. I think it was
Oh
called
shit.
No One or something. But yeah, that Golly Grim wasn't happening yet. So because Sandy would have been playing if that was a fit. That
Oh
was
yeah,
the
yeah,
case.
that's true.
But
That's true.
yeah, we played in a bunch of bands back then because there was like Nobody, the goth band, and then there was like all those side projects from that like all the bands from Newport News kind of like that were into like grindcore or gothic industrial or whatever. They kind of all mingled together and played music together. So like you know, freaking a man, you had a lot of crazy ass musicians just mingling together. It was pretty awesome.
it's
Um,
beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah, dude,
That's what it's
I
about. That's
wore.
what the scene's about. Dude,
yeah, man.
that's fucking lost. That's a lost
It
art
is.
nowadays.
Well,
Yeah,
the scene died after that. Like, there was
Yeah.
that era, and that was awesome. And then, several years passed, and then the scene kind of pretty much died. There's still, there still is sort of a local scene, but it's nothing like that. There's not really that sort of integration or, like,
yeah.
I mean, I still like, I mean, I wore out both of those decompilation tapes. Like, they
Hell
broke.
yeah. Hell yeah,
Uh,
man. I forgot about
I
those.
don't care if it tastes like shit as long as I just get one hit.
Yeah. Dude,
Resin scraper.
but they were all about every song was about drugs, taking
Oh,
drugs
or who
and
was it? The Jack Russell, the Love Muscle. Was that the Shouts?
that
Shouts or
that was no, that was Knob,
oh, that was
Jack
not too.
Russell. That was
Yeah.
Paul's dog, man. That was cool. Yeah, that place that was crazy times, man. Then then I once I left Virginia, then I started another band in Baltimore called The Mill, which that
Okay.
lasted a couple years. That was like, just straight up me and another guy, drum machine, keyboard, just, grindcore, I guess,
Mhm.
industrial sort of mixture of stuff. And then we moved to Seattle, and then that's when Golly Grim happened, and then somebody asked us to play a noise show, and then that's when Microscopic Suffering came out of nowhere. So that was
That's
cool,
cool.
man. Like then before all that, man, playing heavy metal with my brother, to learning how to play drums. That was a fun time, man. Playing the metal and then playing freaking in a cover band with my friends, playing like U2 and like Red Hot Chili Peppers and stuff. I was like, man, this is horrible.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's I love hearing the different styles and influences and things like that that you got going on, man. That's fucking cool. Because I listened to, like I said, I was listening to. I can't remember what album of Microscopic Suffering I listened to, but holy fuck, that's some pummeling shit.
Thanks,
It's
man.
fucking
Awesome.
pummel in a it was good. I was like, I got to get back to this. Like JB sent me the links. I think I was like, holy fuck, man, this is really good.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I love the dark. the whole heaviness, man. It's just
Mhm.
like great, and to listen to so many different bands, like to have that kind of aspect of whatever, anything goes, kind of, whatever, whether it be pretty or whether it be like super sludgy, noisy shit.
Mhm.
It's like
Have you ever listened to a band called Dragged into Sunlight?
oh no,
Dude, that's some heavy
sounds
fucking
familiar.
shit. That's
Yeah,
that's dark and heavy. It's fucking creepy. That's good.
that the name sounds awesome. Dragged in the sunlight. That's pretty
It's
badass.
and the album art's like totally like crazy satanic or something. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's creepy. It's the whole thing. But that's what it reminded me of. So that's what I was getting at. Microscopic Suffering reminded me of that. So that's cool. That's
Take
cool.
a list of that. Remember what album was it? Or the latest release was it?
It was like
Was it? I think I sent you the direct link to the Extinction of Birth,
that's
the
what it
red
was.
cover.
Yeah, the red cover. Yep,
Yeah, that's the one we just put out. So
that's good.
even though it's super old, but yeah, that was what another band we had come play with us, and we did a collaboration. But yeah, I was happy to finally release that because that was one of our first studio recordings because Microscopic has always been like our live set
Hmm.
is recorded with a pretty good camera that gets a good sound, and then I'll kind of mix it a little bit more after that. But we always put out live stuff. So to do that studio, that was actually the second studio, but that was like fun because you know, you get so much control in the studio, and when things are live, we improvise so much that you never know what you're gonna get. So it's like awesome when you
Do
just
you
capture.
what did you prefer? Did you prefer the improvisation, like on the fly, seat of your pants shit, or did you like having that? Okay, no, this is okay. We can do it this way.
The I kind of like it to improvise better because you're going more off your feelings and how you're purveying whatever's going on at the moment. But then at the same time, the studio to do it that way was like pretty cool. You can kind of hone in and still like we did a little improvising, but because of the fact of I recorded with the 8-track cassette. I was limited to 4 tracks at a time, so still made it work. But you know what I mean. You just kind of you go into recording studio differently when you're doing it live. So it's
Yeah,
like doing it live is easier, you know.
that's awesome.
And then if you get a great recording,
Yeah,
depending on where you played and all that stuff too, comes in the contract. But yeah.
yeah,
So to answer your question, I think probably performing live is funner.
yeah.
I think you get a more better feel of what we're about.
Totally different energy too, right? I always find that there's bands that sound way better live than they ever could in a studio.
Totally, man. Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally agree, man. I don't know if we're one of those bands. I don't know what we do because
I don't
man,
know,
I
man.
got
I've always loved how you've got that like combination of like mechanical and organic. Like it's some like the flow and the pulse is more organic, but like I don't know, it's like the way it all like clanks together and does like
Yeah.
all this. It's got this like machine just like operating kind of like feel to it, which is really awesome. And so yeah, it's definitely kind of
that's
your own sound for sure.
that's cool, man. Yeah, that makes you feel good because that's kind of like what I'm going after. Ever since I think I wrote music. Back in Virginia, man, there was those bunkers back in the woods. I don't know if you ever got to go into them, JB, but
Was it the near the airport?
yeah, uh huh,
Yeah. Actually, Donald took me there,
yeah,
and
dude,
we walked
fucking
around. So
bring like metal, carrying all this metal and these drums and stuff back into these caves and just fucking smashing shit like Isis and Knife Out and stuff. And man, just like yeah, it's just like that mechanical rhythm is just like it's awesome, man. It's awesome to incorporate into music, and I'm really really glad that you get that out of it because it's a big part of what I do. I think, and it's awesome that it's portrayed. That's cool. That's really cool.
yeah, it's like I don't know. It feels like it's got that kind of sort of like factor. Like when you think of industrial, we've got kind of a certain concept. But when I think of your stuff, that's more what I think of. Like when I think of industrial, just because it's like it's sort of like that. It's like this thing just like operating, and it's gonna go and it's gonna do what it's gonna do, and you can't really get in the way of it, or you'll just get run over, crushed. Get smashed in the machine.
You get
Yeah.
pummeled
In
into
the
the machine.
factory. Yeah.
Oh
Get
yeah,
steam pressed.
that's
Oh,
awesome,
and there
man.
was George. We are on an album together.
We
I
are
don't know if you, yeah. The
the
human
human
services, social
services.
studies. Yeah,
That's what I thought.
different songs, but we are on
Yeah,
an album together actually.
that was so fucking cool, dude. Dude, I don't know that whole Donald was like, let's go jam. We're gonna record it, you know. And I don't remember who we were with, but it was like seven of us. We all just walked into the studio to Sean's house. We didn't say anything. Honestly, it was just like, hey, what's up? We picked stuff up and we started playing for freaking like 3 hours, dude. We went through it and everybody switched here and there, and it was fucking awesome, man. And then the stuff that we got out of it and they took out of it, man, was really cool, man. It came. We had some moments, man. It was
Oh,
unbelievable.
that was one of my favorite songs on the album. The one I was on was really weird. It was way different than like what you guys did because it was like there was a gospel singer, so it's
Oh
got
wow.
this like more like jazzy kind of, I don't know, like just weird. I don't, it's hard to describe. It's just it's probably the most different song on the album, I think, just
Oh
because we
yeah.
had to, because like Sean like had a he does like churches and stuff as far as mixing and like
Okay.
live mixing. And so there's some gospel singer that's there at the church and did his thing, and he was just like, hey man, you want to come over and throw down some vocals? And then he did, so I went in and they had some drums, bass, and vocals, and I'm just like, all right, I'll just improvise on guitar and see where it goes. And I did several takes of that, and yeah, kind of the same thing. It was like whatever happened happened, and then now it's a song.
Hell yeah, man. That's cool. That's cool. I didn't realize that you played with him on that. That's awesome. That was a
Yeah,
good
it was
idea.
the what was that song? Something Keeper.
You have to pay attention next time. It's got a. You said it's got a choir, like a gospel singer
Gospel,
in it.
gospel
That's
song.
I have to take.
Yeah, it's he's like something like you. Da, da, da. I don't know, something like that kind of melody too. I don't know if you remember that song, but
I don't know. I don't know. Not familiar with it now.
yeah.
But I'll take note next time, definitely, man. Because you just did guitar. You did vocals too, or just guitar?
No, I just did guitar. Like I just
Okay.
showed up.
All
Like the gospel singer did all the vocals, and yeah, everybody else did their stuff pretty much. So I got there and it was kind of already a song, and then it just needed some guitar, and I was like, okay, see what happens. And what's really messed up is I did this one take and I was just like, holy crap, that was so good. Sean's like, yeah, the DAW just crashed, and and then like the file was was unrecoverable, and
Oh
I'd already
no.
packed up my stuff. I was already out of the zone and everything, and then like I
right.
had to like and then I had to unpack and then try to get back into it and redo it, and it came out all
Oh
right. But it was just
yeah,
that was that one take, you know.
yeah, man. That sucks. Crash. Out of all the ones, man. That's crazy, dude. That's insane.
Yeah, it happens.
All the time. Fuck man. I used to have a computer that just died specifically whenever I would have something really good done. It would just die. I wouldn't save the session on fucking Pro Tools. That's it.
Oh my
I could
god.
never recover it. It was never right. It was never right again. I mean, my buddy Shane had so many songs when we were in we did like a darker hip hop type thing. But we wrote this song. And it was so fucking good. We're like, oh yeah, this is it. And we never like, we'd get so into it, we'd forget to press save. We didn't fucking save it. Computer crash. It's like, oh fuck. So then that only happened like that happened like five fucking times. so
Jeez, dude.
so anytime we get going again, it was like, okay, now press save every 10 fucking seconds. You should save it? Okay, now we can
Yeah.
go. Fucking hate
That
that.
that sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Man, computer. That's the scary thing with computers. Record with computers, like A-track, you can see it and you
Yeah.
know it's
You know it's
going.
working, it's there.
And if it's not, there's you got a problem. But yeah, on the computer, man, I turned on my computer because I just switched to Pro Tools probably this year. Um, and I turned on my computer and nothing's coming up. And I'm like, where's everything? You know, I'm like, why? So I turned the computer off, put it back up. Now Pro Tools is not working. And this is before I started saving it on my actual computer. It was saving it in a cloud or something.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, what the fuck? So I couldn't find it. And then finally it came back. But to have that moment of like, dude, I spent all this time on like this one song, just like I never spent as much time as I did on this one song, and it was gone. I'm like, really? I'm like, what the
Seriously?
fuck?
Now? Yeah.
It came back. It came back, but the dude, it was like panic for like a day or two. Just like this is why I didn't switch.
Yeah.
But
Go back to my 8-track. Fuck you. Yeah, that's
yeah,
it.
Yeah, Pro Tools was like, just kidding. Here it is.
Here you
yeah,
go.
yeah. Psych.
Psych.
Don't get rid of your 8-track yet.
I think that's one thing everybody learned from switching to recording on Pro Tools is like, you should still keep the fucking, still keep the hardware analog shit around
Fuck yeah.
just in case.
Oh, yeah.
That's so funny. So what are you working on now, George? You got some other stuff coming down the pipe?
Yeah, I got there is probably maybe 2 or 3 like releases for Micro left, but just started a new project, like totally new. No, I don't have a name yet, but planning on trying to like Interpol Massive Attack-ish
Hey,
kind of
that's
mix.
fucking cool.
Yeah, with
I love
like
Massive Attack. I fucking love Massive
yeah,
Attack.
man, I love them. That's like one of my favorite bands lately. But
Oof.
and then we just got to see them right before the pandemic, and they played Mezzanine, the whole album. And
The whole album?
Elizabeth Fraser was there.
No
Dude,
shit.
dude.
Oh,
Oh my god, it was just, yeah.
that's say no more. That's insane.
Yeah, exactly. But everything I've done recently in the 2000s or more, it's been screaming and yelling and whatever. But now I'm kind of focusing back on my old roots when I
Hmm.
first started playing like gothic and stuff like that music. So I kind of going that route now. So singing and melodies, guitars, bass, drums, basic stuff, keyboards,
Hmm.
and I want to incorporate some sequencing in there, and make kind of beats. And so I still don't really know how it's all going to come together, but that's what I'm working on. I got like 2 songs.
Well, I'll tell you what. When you get a few songs ready, feel free. I'll make sure you have my email address. But I do a radio show in the UK and one in Germany a couple times a week. I'd happily play anything like that
Excellent, man.
for
That's
sure.
awesome. Yeah,
No
definitely.
questions. Okay.
Is that the kitty?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Kitty's got to
Third,
come in.
fourth. Yeah, and yeah.
Oh, the kid's got to come in. How's your kid? Is it a boy or girl?
I
JB.
got. Yeah. What do you got, GB?
Oh well, I mean, I've got right now. I have 2 girls and a boy.
Dude, oh, you got 3 cats.
Yeah, we had 4, but one passed a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
You have what?
So we
It
had
died?
4, but one passed a couple weeks ago.
Oh, sorry, man. That sucks.
Yeah,
It
they're
That's
rough.
sucks.
sad. You had
I
a long
still
time?
got 3, and they're all a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she was about 17, 16, 17.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. That's a full. That's a good life, but
Heck yeah. What about
still
yours?
sucks.
Yeah, it does suck. What about yours, Joe?
Oh, I got 3. I got
You got 3 too?
yeah. I used to have same thing. I used to have 4, but over the years, my guy that I had to put down, he probably made it to 20, and he was like just a fucking tank his whole life. Like I got him when he was fucking 10,
Oh,
so
wow.
he was like I had him for another 10 years after that. So it was pretty good.
Oh,
But yeah, he
yeah.
just got sick, and that's it. But then we just adopted because we love black cats. Like I'm a huge fan of black cats, and boy black cats especially because they're fucking crazy. But we just my wife had one that she adopted a while ago, and we had to put him down unexpectedly a couple of years ago as well, kind of around the same time as my old guy. So then, like couple months ago, just before Christmas, we're like, let's just get a fucking black cat. We'll just rescue one or whatever. It's like, yeah, okay. So we did that, and he's a monster. He's a monster already. He's like,
Yeah.
he's not even a year old yet, but he just like runs the fucking house. It's crazy.
Oh, damn. That's awesome. Yeah, I love cats.
What are you, George? You don't have any cats though, right? You have dogs.
Yeah, we're down to 1 dog. We had 3 dogs and a cat, but it's like throughout the years, you know,
Yeah.
we're down to 1 dog. She's 17. She's
Yeah.
a pit bull.
Shit.
Still going. Still
Shit.
going.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love dogs too, but I can't. We couldn't have a dog because I rent and they don't allow dogs where you rent. But
That sucks. I hear you. That's why we moved to Seattle because we had to leave Baltimore because our apartment was sold. So we had to leave and we had two dogs and we're like, let's just move to Seattle.
fuck it, we're going to Seattle. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Because Baltimore sucked, man. It was pretty. I don't know. It was cool to be a base in Baltimore because you can go to DC, Philly, and New York, Jersey, everything all around you. But
Yeah.
living there was like,
Yeah, it's kind of a shithole.
Yeah.
Straight
yeah,
up.
yeah. I mean, it has its moments and there's some good spots on it, but overall, man, Baltimore kind of was shitty.
Yeah, it was great to go to shows there, but I definitely would not want to live there under any circumstances.
Nice, like they say, nice to visit, but you wouldn't want to live there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think.
Well,
I don't
more
think
more like get there and try to get to the show without getting killed, and then try to get back without being
See,
murdered.
I had a ton of friends up here that would always fly down for Maryland Death Fest all the
I
time.
mean, the killer shows there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just swear by it. That was their fucking shit. It's like, oh, I'm flying to fucking Baltimore. It's like, I would never do that. Good for you.
I had one friend I grew up with, man. He was like pretty much going to Baltimore like every weekend to go to some shows, and I went along with him a few times. But yeah, that dude loves Baltimore. He ended up moving to Philly though, so that was a better choice, I think.
There you go. Was it? Yeah. I hear Philly's just a rank
Philly's
shithole
pretty
too.
nice.
Oh, well, fair
Some
enough.
it depends on where you're at in Philly. Like some of Philly's really nice, and some of it is kind of a shithole. But it's like kind of anywhere, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just more of it in Baltimore.
There's
Oh
just
yeah,
more.
there's like like 70-80%.
That's what they call it, Baltimore.
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 We,
Fuck.
we lived there 3 years, and there was a dead body on our street. I could maybe one, three, four, five times.
Jesus.
And then the cop is like, and I'm like kind of joking. I'm like, what is a dead body? He goes, yeah, what else do you expect? Just kind of like nonchalantly, like, yeah, it's a dead body. I'm like, oh, it really is a dead body. I'm like, okay, that's
Well,
fucking nuts.
let's get out of here.
Like, and Baltimore is like literally block for block is totally different. Like, so our block was good. We had a good block. We had a lot of cool neighbors, and then fucking one block. I mean, I'm talking like across the street, this block. You don't go over there. You don't mess with it, and it stays in the blocks. It's really weird. It's really weird, man.
Yeah, just don't cross that median.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, geez, not even a median. It's like seriously, like you can look across the street and see a bunch of people hanging out doing drugs and stuff, and they don't come over to your side of the street. It's like
They just
okay,
stay there.
it's weird, dude. So weird. Baltimore was a really it's a great place to go to take pictures and just like see shit because like you see some shit. The architecture is fucking awesome there too, man. It's just
Yeah, the architecture is amazing. Like so much historical, like
Yeah.
old brick stuff. Just
Yeah.
really cool.
and
That's
the shittiest
awesome.
parts too. And the shittiest parts that you don't want to go is so beautiful. It's just like fuck.
Well, I mean, it's like at least you'd be getting mugged in a scenic, area.
Beautiful.
Like,
Oh,
oh,
look
this
at
is
that.
so
You can
in
spend
between foot
look at
stomps.
that archway. Oh,
This archway is perfect to get murdered under. Oh,
that's
well,
Yeah,
perfect. Where I died.
catching glimpses in between foot stomps to your head.
try to just wait. Click. There you go.
Oh,
All right.
I wonder how they got it to stay like that.
Carry on.
It's just crazy.
Oh, fuck. That's so funny. That's hilarious. Well, it's been fun. We got about 7.5 minutes left, guys. What George, tell us where we can find your music and if we can buy anything, because I know obviously the pandemic's a piece of shit. It's been fucking people over left and right. If there's anything we can do.
You could buy pretty much all we got discography is on Bandcamp, Microscopic Suffering Bandcamp. There's some on SoundCloud. You could buy directly from me. Just email me on Bandcamp. But I think like everything's listed on Bandcamp. That's probably the best way to
Nice.
go.
Nice.
And then all the other projects on there, the mill. my solo stuff, which is called No One.
Mhm.
That stuff's up there. Um, what else is up there? I think that's about it. That's all I got.
You're a busy guy.
Oh wait, I got one. Don't forget Cranio collections if you like
Oh
skulls.
yeah, my wife's cranial. If you need skulls, man, uh, she's got like everything and anything skulls, man. Let it be like kitchen stuff or like bathroom stuff, whatever.
Seriously.
Cranio collections.
Sick.
Cranio, Cranio collections.
Cranial
Yeah, dude.
collections.
Oh, she got this. This is awesome, man. It's like a brush. I don't know if you can see it. It's a brush. It's a skull brush, but it's just fucking badass,
That's
man.
deadly.
I don't know what to use it for yet, but it's just so cool that it's like I don't know. I had to have one, man, and she gave me one. It was fucking awesome.
I don't know what they use it for, but it looks sweet. Yeah, that's dope.
It is badass, man. And this lady came. She did a flea market, and this lady came, and she's like, we were closing up, and she was just like, I don't know how she might have saw it online, but she goes, I want two of those brushes, the skull brushes. Like they weren't out, and I'm just like, how do you know? She's like, how do you know? So I grab them, and she goes, yeah, that's them. And I was like, oh, those are awesome, man. You know, but seriously.
And now can I watch you eat something? Yeah.
Yeah. Put some glue on it and lick it off.
Paste. Mm.
But yeah, the our latest release is up on there, and that's pretty much the best one out, in my opinion, right now. That would be the one to listen to if you want to get a good scope of what we kind of sound like. All the other stuff is a lot of live stuff, and it's a lot of just you got to be in the mood, because a lot of our stuff is soundscapes, and it's just like it builds and creates things. So if you're not in the mood to listen to like a 20-minute project, microscopic, might not be the time. But when you're in that mood, slap it in and get mad, sad, and happy all at the same time.
Perfect. I love that.
You
I love that so much. But yeah, for sure. Seriously, keep in touch and let me know when you get some of the new project going. I'll happily play your stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I will.
Okay.
I will. I appreciate it. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, no problem. It's nice to meet you, JB. Thank you. It was a pleasure, as always, to see your beautiful face, you handsome bastard. Nice beard, buddy. Looks good. It's looking good. But no, it was fun. Seriously, guys, I appreciate it a lot. We'll do it
Yeah,
again
man. Thanks
Okay.
for doing this, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
anytime.
thanks, man.
Yeah, we'll do it again soon.
All
All
right.
right.
You guys
Later.
have a good night.
Yeah, you too, man. Peace out.
All right. Take care.
You too.